I've got Gate.io, right? And Gate.io, it actually limits people that are within the United Kingdom, within the UK, from trading. So it's not really viable for me to use this platform. And very similarly, let's go on KuCoin, for instance. Same thing here. Like, it's not UK friendly. I'd have to use a VPN, and even then, I'd still not be. I just wouldn't be comfortable trading on the platform. I used to trade on KuCoin, by the way, and KuCoin in the last cycle was one of the first platforms that used to have all the shit coins and the altcoins loaded up on their exchange before any of these bigger exchanges. And that's where I'm trying to get to, which is, you want them before they land in these top 5, even lower. If you can get something from like L Bank, which has Resistance Dog, or Wolf on Soul, for instance, you're kind of laughing, because if those two really do boom, if they moonshot, all you need to do is sit on it, because they're going to be added onto other reputable crypto exchanges. And it's the exact same thing that I did with Ponky, right? I got in at Ponky at $0.29. I'm just sitting on it because Ponky thereafter, from what I recall anyway, was listed on crypto.com recently for spot, and then later on has been added on like numerous other like tier 3, tier 4, really low down central exchanges. But MEXC had it before everyone else. So I'm already winning just by longing it on MEXC. And very similarly, for Ponky to break through, like, I don't think Ponky's on a lot of these top 20 exchanges. I know for sure it's not in any of the top 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10, right? It's not even in any of the top 10 exchanges. So for me, it's a no-brainer that I get in very early. What you need to understand, because I don't know where everybody who follows me on my Telegram, where you're situated. If you're situated, I don't know, in like BVI or Dubai or Malaysia, for instance, you could have completely different jurisdictional rules. Again, a VPN can work. I'm not endorsing that, and neither am I not endorsing it. I'm just saying that if you are going to use it at your own peril, use it at your own risk, and make sure at the end of the day that the exchange is reputable. Always try to withdraw funds from an exchange before laying down your cards. So like with Femex, for instance, that's what I've done. I've now got my spot from what I transferred from my BNB. So we'll just do a live example as well. When you have stuff in your wallet, so like my BNB wallet, my TON wallet, ETH wallet, Avalanche wallet, this is what you can do. You can send it directly to the exchange. So like I said, on here, you can do BNB, you can do ETH, for the Redo guys, for the TON guys, you can do TON, AVAX, all these big ecosystems you can deposit in. What you do next is you'd go into markets, you go into spot, and if it's not there, then search for BNB, trade, and then we want to it's taking me on to perpetual. Sorry, let me go back. I just wonder if it's BNB spot. There we go. Yeah, you go into BNB, you want to sell, and then if this thing wants to work, I'll sell all my BNB for USDT. So I'll sell it for Tether. And what will happen is, just do a limit order. Let me market it. It'll come to my wallet as Tether. And then what you can do is you can transfer it. So go on to USDT, so Tether, I'm going to I'm going to transfer my spot to my contract account. Okay, and then a lot of people are like, how do you look? The master entries that I always do is because I wait for trades, and I can do a whole different video about psychology or trading. But for this particular video about actual futures and how to use it properly, in my opinion, well, what I can do here is I've got 100 spare margin, right? And I've got this on isolated. If you have, and know the difference as well, don't unless you're super confident, use cross. Cross basically uses your free margin against one another. So if this was on cross, yeah, as it states here, basically your margin would be covered between both your positions. So for instance, if Brett nuked down, let's just say, and Casper stayed steady, it'd also affect my Casper trade on what margin you basically shared the margin out. But when you have isolated margin, it sticks with that particular coin, that particular trade, that particular margin. So for instance, if I want to, let's say my Brett estimated liquidation price is $0.09. Let's increase this by 100 with what I've got spare. It now bring me down to 0.92. And so my margin would only considerably move just a teensy bit. Now, if I wanted to, let's say, remove, let's just do $10 and let's just do a live trade. Let me just see if Brett is in the red. Yeah, Brett's in the red. I'll just do it just for these circumstances. If I go and buy Brett now at market price, I'll just do it as $2. Watch how my estimated liquidation price will considerably shoot up just off $2 on 50x leverage, which will equate to $100. So open long, cool. Right, it's moved now to 9292. And if I be a bit more cheeky, let's just say I do it as $7 times 50 will get us to around, what, 332 leverage. And along that, now up to 0.94. And so this is how I'll perceive my particular trade. So whenever I'm longing, I'm using master entries. Like my master entries, as you know, like I have all my charts all going from here. Look, we're in a support zone here anyway, so not too fussed. And Brett's in the red, so perfect example. But when you're longing, always be wary of your liquidation prices and how much margin you have to cover it. I think as well for myself, I did put this in a specific Telegram group where the reason I make these accounts, these are just smaller accounts. I have other accounts as well, but I want to show people that all you need is 3 to 4 figures to make it big by picking the right coins. And so longing on 20x, 50x, 30x, 22x, whatever it might be, as long as you got the right coins that you've picked in this bull cycle, and once we go into alt season, you're going to be making crazy gains. You're going to be hitting high 5 figures or 6 figures, and God willing, hopefully you become a millionaire. And a lot of the crowd, a lot of the kids that follow the influencers and shillers, they're using them as exit liquidity, and hence why I specifically show all my receipts on all my exchanges, wallets, whatever it might be, just to show you that, look, you can do it too. You can do it too. I mean, sorry, I didn't even show you. I've got multiple different wallets, but let's just say, even for this one, right, I have 20 grand in Floki. I've got different wallets. Like it's not a flex to me to show that I've got 6 figures or 7 figures or I'm a millionaire or whatnot. Like it's no flex. Like it's for other people to show off. Like I can show a Lamborghini, I can show a supercar, I can show my Rolex. Like it doesn't mean anything. Because what you're teaching these kids is, fast money, fast money, fast money. At the end of the day, as long as you have patience and you pick the right coins and you long it at good support zones, demand zones, and you sit on it, you wait on it, trust me, you're going to be making 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever it's going to be, whatever's in your kind of fate, your destiny, right? And so, I'll talk about the psychology of a trader later, but at the end of the day, I think the conclusion is pick exchanges that are reputable, but not so, top where, look, to get Coinbase listed and to get Binance listed and stuff like that, it brings in mass volumes. Like look at the trading volume, 9.8 volume on Binance alone in the past 24 hours. You want that later on when a coin gets listed on there, because if you're trading on a smaller, let's say, exchange like CoinW or 2bit, TapBit, right? If you're trading on these smaller exchanges within your region, the exponential move that'll happen to that coin later once it gets listed on a particular exchange will be crazy. You're going to see your coin spike so incredibly well. Hence why I'm in Casper, hence why I'm in Ponky, hence why I'm in Brett, Floki, Wojak. Like these main coins are going to absolutely go berserk. And a lot of people fade them because they don't really understand what's going on. They follow the flock, just like sheep, but they don't actually understand the thesis behind everything. And so in order to make money, pick an exchange that is reputable, where you can withdraw money and you can long it, and also use your liquidation prices, let's say cunningly. Use it cunningly to your benefit. And again, with a lot of my accounts that I do for you guys, you've got to understand, like I'm only putting in a few $100s. If I put in 6 figures, and you know what, I'm going to make a separate video. I'll put it in a poll, but I think this is really pertinent. The psychology differs. If I put in $300, $400 on a Brett trade, and now I'm up, 13 grand, do I really care if I lose 200, 300? Okay, let's say I can spend per month $300, $400 on crypto. If I put in $100, am I okay to get liquidated 3 or 4 times? Well, no, you wouldn't be. But in theory, if you picked one out of the 4, you picked out one out of the 4 where you didn't get liquidated and you had a trade that ran. Let's just say like this trade, right, with Brett. By the way, I've never got liquidated on Mexi. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way, but I've only been liquidated like 3-4 times on these smaller accounts so far in this bull cycle. Last cycle was different, but this cycle so far, I picked the good winners. That's something that's key as well. So with Brett, I've literally not been liquidated out of this, and it's all the receipts are on my Twitter. It's like literally my pinned post. If you pick a winner and you pick it at a specific support level, a specific demand zone where you can long the heck out of it, and you use, maximum leverage. And this is the other key thing. Like another person said, I think in the Telegram, I think it was Caden, nice kid. He said, why didn't you use $900 of your own money and then use 3x leverage? Well, that's the point I'm trying to make. I'd rather use $900 split up into 9 tranches. So use it as $100, $100, $100, and use it at specific support zones where I think, that's a contradiction. I think I've bought the bottom of, let's say, Brett. and then just long it with max leverage. And the leverage you've got to remember is, this is another topic in itself, where your own money is your own equity. You know, people who get rich in life are people that take on debt equity. They borrow money from the banks. They borrow money from financial institutions. They take out loans for their businesses. Every business has a gear ratio where it's either highly geared or lowly geared. Highly geared means it's highly in debt. But when you're in debt, you get to borrow more. You get more line of credit. You get more facilities. And again, this might be my financial background, but in the same way, in this contract, if I'm looking at it as I'm using their money, so let's say $100 on 20x, I'm using their money to long, and all I need to do is look at this. All I need to do is pay this funding fee along the way. I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm happy being in debt to them, because all I would actually lose at the end of the day is $100. And well, the margin that would obviously be covered it as well. So, but let's say I did a trade for $100 and I had a margin of like 200 or 150, for instance, right? I'm only losing out on what I'm afraid to lose, basically. If you're fearful, and again, I'm going to make a separate video about psychology, but if you're fearful of losing $100, then don't do that. Use $50, use $20, use $25. Use something where you're comfortable, where it'll keep your emotions in check. Anyway, guys, I think I've discussed in length on this one. I hope this has been really beneficial for you. And knowing where to long, how to long, and what exchanges to long on, using perps and futures. It is an art, but also, you know, for the benefit of people, we should sorry, somebody else is just messaging me. We should be using these exchanges towards the latter end that are still reputable, but can maximize your gains when they're not already listed on Binance or Coinbase or Kraken or stuff like that. Anyway, hope you enjoy.